Hey everybody, it's Ellen. You know how much I love a good chat, right? But let's be honest. Sometimes conversations can be a little awkward. You know what I'm talking about? You're stuck talking to someone at a party and it feels like you're both speaking different languages. Or maybe you're on a date and the silence is deafening. We've all been there, right? Well, guess what? I'm here to share some secret tips on how to have amazing conversations. The kind that leaves you feeling connected, energized, and maybe even a little bit smarter. So, buckle up, buttercups, because we're about to unlock the secrets to conversations that really click. Here's the thing about conversations. They're a two-way street. It's not all about you, right? Shocking, I know. One of the biggest mistakes people make is talking too much and not listening enough. It's like trying to stuff a whole pizza in your mouth at once. Messy and not very satisfying for anyone. Think about it. Don't you love it when someone really listens to you, like really hangs on your every word? It makes you feel heard, understood and valued. So the first secret to a great conversation is simple. Put on your listening ears and let the other person shine. Now, when I say listen, I don't just mean nodding your head and pretending to pay attention while you're mentally planning your grocery list. I'm talking about active listening. That means really focusing on what the other person is saying, asking clarifying questions, and showing them you're engaged. Think of it like watching your favorite movie. You're not scrolling through your phone or doing laundry, right? You're giving it your full attention because you're interested. So, put those phones away, make eye contact, and show the other person that you're present and engaged in the conversation. Did you know that a huge part of communication is nonverbal? That's right, your body is speaking even when your mouth isn't. So, while you're busy listening, make sure your body language is saying all the right things. Lean in slightly to show you're interested, uncross your arms to appear open, and try to mirror the other person's energy. It's like a dance, but instead of stepping on each other's toes, you're creating a comfortable and welcoming space for conversation. Okay, I know this one can be tough, especially for those of us who have a lot to say, guilty as charged. But trust me, resisting the urge to interrupt is crucial for a great conversation. Think about it. Have you ever been cut off mid-sentence? It's like hitting a brick wall, right? Not a good feeling. So let the other person finish their thought, even if you have the most amazing, mind-blowing response ready to go. One of the most powerful things you can do in a conversation is validate the other person's feelings. And no, you don't need to be a therapist to do this. It can be as simple as saying, "That sounds really frustrating," or "I can understand why you feel that way." Validation shows empathy and understanding, and it lets the other person know that their feelings are valid and heard. When you truly listen to someone, you're giving them a gift, the gift of feeling heard, understood, and valued. And that, my friends, is a powerful thing. So the next time you're in a conversation, remember to listen more than you speak. You might be surprised at the connections you make and the things you learn. Now, let's move on to the next secret ingredient for a great conversation. Asking open-ended questions. Okay, let's talk about questions. You know, those things we ask to keep a conversation going, but not all questions are created equal. Some questions just beg for a one-word answer. Think about it. Did you have a good day? Yes. Did you like the movie? No. See? Kind of a conversation killer, right? That's where open-ended questions come in. These magical questions are like unlocking a treasure chest of conversation. They invite the other person to share more, delve deeper, and really open up. So, how do you ask these magical, open-ended questions? It's all about using the right words. Words like what, how, and why are your new best friends. Instead of asking, did you like the movie? Try something like, what did you think about the movie? See the difference. Or instead of, are you close to your family? Try, What's your relationship like with your family? Boom, instant conversation starter. Open-ended questions are like digging for gold. You start with a simple question and then you keep digging deeper and deeper to uncover the good stuff. Let's say someone tells you they went on vacation recently. Instead of just asking, "Where did you go?" try something like, "What made you choose that destination?" Or "What was the most memorable part of your trip?" See how those questions encourage them to share more about their experiences and feelings. The best open-ended questions spark curiosity and make the other person think. They're not just about getting information, they're about starting a genuine dialogue. Instead of asking, "What do you do for work?" try, "What's something you're really passionate about in your work?" See how much more interesting that is. You're not just asking about their job title, you're asking about what makes them tick. Now, a word of caution. You don't want to bombard someone with a million questions. The goal is to have a conversation, not conduct an interrogation. Remember to share your own thoughts and experiences too. It's all about finding a balance between asking engaging questions and sharing your own stories. Asking open-ended questions is like unlocking the secret door to deeper, more meaningful conversations. It shows the other person that you're genuinely interested in them and what they have to say. So ditch those yes or no questions and embrace the power of open-ended questions. Trust me, your conversations will thank you. You know that feeling when you're talking to someone and you realize you have something in common? It's like a light bulb goes off in your head and suddenly the conversation takes on a whole new energy. You feel more connected, more understood and more engaged. It's a magical moment that can turn a casual chat into a meaningful exchange. It's like, boom! Instant connection. You go from being two people who just met to feeling like old friends. It's amazing how quickly that bond can form when you find common ground. It's almost like discovering a hidden treasure that only the two of you can see. Maybe you both love the same obscure band, the kind that only a few people know about. You start talking about your favorite songs, the best concerts you've been to, and before you know it, you're planning to go to the next gig together. Music has a way of bringing people together like nothing else. Or maybe you're obsessed with collecting vintage rubber ducks. You start sharing stories about how you found your rarest duck, the lengths you went to get it, and the joy it brings you. It's quirky, it's fun, and it's something that makes you unique. And finding someone who shares that passion, that's pure gold. Whatever it is, that common ground is like the foundation for a great conversation. It gives you something to build on, something to explore together. It's the starting point for a deeper connection, one that can lead to a lasting friendship or even more. It's like suddenly you're not just two strangers talking, you're two people who get each other, who understand each other's quirks and interests. It's a powerful feeling, knowing that someone else sees the world in a similar way to you. You're two rubber duck enthusiasts bonding over your shared passion for bath time accessories. It's a niche interest, but that's what makes it so special. It's something that not everyone understands, but the people who do, they're your tribe. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good rubber ducky? They're cute, they're fun, and they bring a smile to your face. It's a simple pleasure, but it's one that can brighten your day. They're yellow, they float, they make bath time a million times more fun. What's not to love? It's these little things that can make life so enjoyable, and sharing them with someone else makes them even better. But seriously, finding common ground is like discovering a secret handshake. It's a way of saying, "Hey, I see you, I understand you." It's a connection that goes beyond words, something that you both just get. It tells the other person, "Hey, you're not alone in this crazy world, I get you." It's a reminder that no matter how different we may seem on the surface, we all have things in common. We all have those little quirks and interests that make us who we are. And that feeling, my friends, is priceless. It's what makes life rich and full of meaning. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation, look for that common ground. You never know where it might lead. Think about the last time you had a really great conversation, the kind that leaves you feeling energized and connected, like you've just shared something truly meaningful. These moments often happen when we find common ground with others, when we discover that we have more in common than we initially thought. I bet you anything it involves some shared experiences. These shared moments can be the glue that binds us together, creating a sense of belonging and understanding. They can turn strangers into friends and friends into family. Maybe you were reminiscing about a hilarious childhood memory, one that always brings a smile to your face no matter how many times you tell it. Or perhaps you were talking about a recent adventure, something that pushed you out of your comfort zone and made you see the world in a new light. Or swapping stories about your crazy families, those quirky relatives who always manage to make family gatherings interesting. These stories, no matter how mundane or extraordinary, have a way of connecting us on a deeper level. We all have them, right? Those moments that are uniquely ours, but also universally relatable. They remind us that we're not alone in our experiences, that others have walked similar paths and felt similar emotions. Those shared experiences are like little threads that weave us together, creating a rich tapestry of human connection. Each thread represents a story, a memory, a moment in time that we've shared with others, creating a tapestry of human connection. This tapestry is ever growing, ever evolving as we continue to share new experiences and create new memories with the people around us. And the best part is, these shared experiences don't have to be big, life-changing events. Sometimes the smallest things can spark a connection, a shared laugh, a knowing glance, a simple gesture of kindness. Sometimes the smallest things can spark a connection. Like, maybe you both remember that one time your elementary school principal dressed up as a giant banana for charity. It's those quirky, unexpected moments that often leave the biggest impression. Like, maybe you both remember that one time your elementary school principal dressed up as a giant banana for charity. Or perhaps you bonded over a shared love for a particular hobby or interest, something that you're both passionate about. Or maybe you both have a deep and abiding love for those little marshmallows shaped like animals, the ones that bring a sense of nostalgia and joy every time you see them. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? Those little things that seem insignificant on their own but become meaningful when shared with someone else. The point is, when you find those shared experiences, it's like you're speaking the same language. It's a language of understanding, of empathy, of mutual respect and appreciation. It's like you're speaking the same language. You get each other's jokes, you understand each other's references, and you can just relax and be yourselves. You get each other's jokes, those inside jokes that only the two of you understand. They become a secret code, a way of communicating that's unique to your relationship. You understand each other's references, those little nods to shared interests and experiences that make you feel seen and understood. And you can just relax and be yourselves. There's no need for pretense or putting on a show. You can be genuine, authentic, and true to who you are. And that, my friends, is what makes a conversation truly special. It's not just about the words that are spoken, but the connections that are made, the memories that are shared, and the bonds that are strengthened. So, cherish those shared experiences, for they are the threads that weave the beautiful tapestry of our lives. Now, I know what you're thinking, Ellen. I'm not exactly a social butterfly. I don't have a million interests, and I'm not exactly a walking encyclopedia of random facts. First of all, that's okay. You don't have to be the life of the party to have a great conversation. And second of all, everyone has interests, even if you haven't discovered them all yet. Maybe you love to bake, or you're really into gardening. Maybe you're a history buff, or you can't get enough of true crime podcasts. Whatever it is that lights you up, those interests are like little gold nuggets just waiting to be discovered. And when you share those nuggets with someone else, it can lead to some seriously sparkling conversations. So how do you actually find common ground? Well, it starts with being curious. Don't be afraid to ask questions and really listen to the answers. And I mean really listen, not just waiting for your turn to talk. When you're genuinely interested in what someone else has to say, it shows. And it makes them feel valued and heard, which is like the ultimate compliment. Think of it like this: every person you meet is like a book waiting to be opened. And inside those pages are stories, experiences, and perspectives that are completely unique to them. Isn't that amazing? Just think of all the fascinating things you can learn about someone simply by asking a few questions and really listening to their answers. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably worried about those moments when the conversation just stops. Ellen, what if there are awkward silences? What if the conversation hits a dead end and there's nothing but the sound of the wind rustling through the trees? What if I can't think of anything to say? What if my mind goes completely blank and I just sit there feeling the weight of the silence pressing down on me? First of all, calm down. Take a deep breath. It's okay. Awkward silences are a natural part of human interaction. Awkward silences happen to the best of us, even me. Yes, even the most charismatic and eloquent people experience those moments when words just don't come. And second of all, they're not the end of the world. In fact, they're far from it. In fact, sometimes a little bit of silence can actually be a good thing. It can be a moment of reflection, a pause that allows the conversation to breathe. It gives you a chance to gather your thoughts, take a breath, and maybe even notice something you hadn't before. Maybe you'll see the beauty in the world around you, the way the sunlight filters through the leaves, or the way the breeze feels on your skin. Like maybe the person you're talking to has a really cool watch. You might notice the intricate details on the watch face, or the way the light catches the metal. Or maybe there's a dog outside doing the cutest little wiggle butt dance you've ever seen. You might find yourself smiling at the sheer joy and innocence of the moment. The point is, don't be afraid of a little silence. Embrace it. Let it be a part of the conversation, a natural ebb and flow. Who knows what you might discover? You might find a deeper connection, a shared moment of understanding, or simply a peaceful pause in the chaos of life. So next time you find yourself in an awkward silence, don't panic, embrace it and see where it takes you. Most importantly, remember to have fun with it. Conversations shouldn't feel like a chore. They should be enjoyable, engaging, and maybe even a little bit silly at times. So loosen up, be yourself, and don't be afraid to let your freak flag fly. Because when you're being your authentic self, that's when you're most likely to connect with someone on a deeper level. And who knows, you might just make a new friend, learn something new, or even discover your new favorite rubber ducky design. The possibilities are endless. Possibilities are. Well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. But before we go, I want to hear from you. What's the best conversation you've ever had? What made it so special? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more life tips, funny stories, and maybe even a few dance breaks along the way. This has been a production of Wordsmith International Editorial. Bye, everybody.